Welcome to San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's day number 1 of the FIBA Women's AmeriCup group phase, and this is game number 2 of the day. We are looking at the Dominican Republic taking on Argentina in just a few moments. Here inside the booth, I'm Despina Barton, joined by Natalia Melendez, the former Puerto Rico national team member. And you're looking at the schedule here today. We just saw the Virgin Islands fall to Colombia. Next up, obviously, on the palette is Dominican Republic and Argentina. And we're going to see the host team, Puerto Rico, round out the evening here on day number 1. Okay, so what do those world rankings look like? Yeah, Team USA is in the house. They won't start playing until tomorrow. But yes, 1 is USA. Puerto Rico, we got at 23. You see Argentina. They're about to step on the floor right now. And before we get everything underway, we are going to see these two teams start to line up and get ready for their national anthems and flag recognition. But in the meantime, Natalia, I know you've been here all week. Yes, team introductions. Briefly, what can you tell me about these two teams we're about to see?
These two teams have a lot of history. They've played each other, a few times before. During the years, they know each other, and they have a lot of similarities. In the case of Argentina, this is a young team with a lot of energy. They do have some problems that we're going to talk about later on, but nothing scares Argentina. What I'm thinking about this team right now is I know they're going to give their all in this competition, and they are ready to get one of those 4 spots.
Yes, Argentina, as you might remember, finished 8th place the last time they were here, so they've got a lot of room that they want to make up and show everybody why they deserve to be here. Prior to that, they won 3 silver medals in 2009, 2011, 2017, and the Dominican Republic team gets ready to step out under the new leadership of a former national team assistant coach, Ariel Portuondo.
This Dominican Republic team is a veteran team. They know each other very well. They've been together for a long time. They've been fighting together over the years. This is Dominican Republic 9th AmeriCup. We're going to see some veterans and some very young players. It's a mix of wonderful, wonderful players, and I can't wait to see what they have to bring, what they're going to bring today against Argentina.
There's a lot of energy here inside the Roberto Clemente Coliseum in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Your home. Talk about what it means to host this event in Puerto Rico.
It's amazing. When I heard that America was coming to Puerto Rico, I was so excited. The same way the whole country is. Basketball, FIBA, women's, it's finally back, and we are very happy.
And we're going to start things off with the Argentinian flag and national anthem, followed by the Dominican Republic flag and national anthem.
Nacional de República Dominicana.
This is always one of the most emotional moments of the game. Once you make that roster, this is what you want to do. You want to hear your national anthem.
I can imagine the pride that you feel when you get to wear that jersey and represent your national team. It's like no other.
And it doesn't matter which national anthem it's playing, it gets you all the time. It gets you all the time because you can see their faces and their emotions. And finally, I'm making this roster and I'm representing my country. So this is one of my favorite moments.
You just gave me goosebumps, Natalia. Yeah, because all the hard work, and you got to think about the past year and what COVID has done, in effect, all of our lives, the game of basketball, many lives lost. It's just so impactful globally, and so to know you've hurdled some of those to get here, and not only keeping up with your competition, it takes a lot. And I do want to recognize our officials here today, the chief crew. The crew chief was Adriana Silva from Brazil, Jose Fernandez from Costa Rica, and Yulet Alvarez from Cuba. And this is the starting roster that we have today from Argentina. Natalia, you can tell us this isn't what we expected to see.
No, Agustina, Llorente, Suarez, Castro, and Mungo. This is not what we were expecting. Argentina have some problems with, some COVID tests, and we're not going to be seeing the captain, Melissa Grete, or the co-captain, Andrea Boquete. Also, Burani will not be active in this tournament. And this is a big hit for this team.
And so the Dominican Republic may have, have the benefit here with having its full roster intact and its key players here in the lineup.
Johanna Horton, take a look of Johanna Horton. This been the girl that always pushes this Dominican Republic team, but especially everybody remember this last name, Colomé. Colomé is the new face of this Dominican Republic team. She will be here for a long time. She just got here last Centro Basket. She's an amazing, great shooter. She had an amazing career at the Syracuse University, and you're going to be able to see how wonderful this player is.
All right, Colomé. We'll circle her name. And for the coach on the opposing bench, the team that is, the host team here today, there was Ariel Portuando, but on your screen you're looking at it was the back of the official huddle here, the last minute, as the coaches prepare to get their teams ready to step on the court. Natalia, what type of nerves are in play right now?
A lot of nerves. When you play your first game in a tournament with this caliber, it's always, it's always a nerve wracking. In the case of Dominican Republic, they do have more veterans, players that are used to be in this scenario. So I think they will be a little bit better at the beginning. In the case of Argentina, some of these girls came to this tournament thinking that they were going to come out of the bench, but no, they will be starting and they will have a more important role in this tournament since they are not, they're not having some key players, because the 3 players that are missing with the COVID issues were 3 starters. The players that have been carrying this Argentina team for so long. And I just want to say, because I know they're listening, Melissa, Llorente, and Boquete, stay strong. We're not forgetting about you. We know you're supposed to be here today. Such is life. We're sorry, but we have you in our thoughts, in our mind. You are part of this team. Manténganse fuerte. You guys are going to be okay.
Jump ball, and Argentina will get the ball started. Ball gets back to Llorente. And things are underway. You're looking at Genesis. Ball gets back to Llorente. And things are underway. You're looking at Genesis Evangelista. And there's Colomé, number 21.
There's going to be a great matchup, Suarez and Colomé. It's going to be beautiful.
The guard play will be on display. Natalia calls it. Big time dribble and drive there for Arias Herrera.
And Sol and Castro and Arias, it's going to be another great matchup that you're going to be watching this afternoon.
Great ball movement so far for Argentina. Suarez going through traffic, hits the deck. Ball's loose, and it's going to be called kickball, turnover, Argentina.
She lost balance a little bit there, but what you saw in this first possession of Argentina, it's what they are. This is a very structured team. They have a lot of patience. They are very disciplined and like to run plays.
Johanna Morton will get the ball down underneath. Feed back into Arias Herrera. She'll look for it again and get met with some contact there from Munga.
And what we're seeing so far is that Dominican Republic will insist in areas, working on that pick and roll, looking for her down the post.
Evangelista surveying the court here. Shot clock winding down. And Colome can't get it up in time.
They were trying to look for areas. That was a great defense by Castro.
Camila Suarez, the 5'10", 20-year-old, is making her international debut for Argentina. Castro, back out to Munga, and a traveling back-to-back turnovers for Argentina.
Yeah, you just said it. 2 turnovers starting the games. Something we spoke about. The nervousness. It's totally normal.
And this Argentina team didn't finalize their roster till late last night, so not a whole lot of time to mentally even grasp what was happening.
No, it's been really tough for them, and they've been preparing so hard for this. Melissa was not able, Greter, was not able to make it to the last AmeriCup because she was hurt. So she really wanted to play in this one.
Colome gets stripped going down the lane. Argentina running in transition. Couple extra dribbles made nice there for Argentina.
She had the space to take a mid-range shot, but she rather attacked. It was effective, her first 2 points.
Ooh.
Yes.
A little handsy here early. So Munga, I want to say that's going to be her second personal foul.
Yes.
That is not a good area to be in, as she'll take a seat and take a breather, and coming on to relieve her is Ale. Julieta Ale.
Julieta Ale. You want to know what energy is? Take a look. Take a look of Julieta Ale.
Arias is blocked. Big hands by Castro.
Great
Looking
pass.
back and feed into Suarez.
Importance of filling those lanes. Never give up. Staying running. Suarez is a great passer. Great assist for her.
Suarez with all 4 of Argentina's points. There is a size advantage for Dominican Republic, and Argentina recognizes it, but they get hurt from the outside from Elmi Colome.
That's what she does the best. She only needs a little bit of space. She's so effective. Last centro basket that she shot for the three-point line, 41%, and that's great in any league.
Six for 6 is what she was going for. Instead, Evangelista swoops in. Morton now making decisions in the paint. Off the glass. Here comes that energy. Nice little Euro step. Does it drop? It does. Agustina Garcia is on the board.
24 years old, played for the jail team in Uruguay, where she averaged 7 points and 4 rebounds.
Awesome.
A little push there.
Extracurricular activities happening in front of the booth there. Colome, cross court is picked off as expected. Julieta Ale will get dinged on the way up.
It was a good timeout because Dominican Republic was a little lost. And offense, Argentina is putting a lot of pressure, and they are working the passing lane. Nobody's cutting, everybody's standing in the perimeter. That makes the Argentina defense very easy because they're just putting pressure, on the perimeter. So what the coach probably is saying that they need to keep cutting, they need to start cutting, they need to start moving without the ball to make something happen, and maybe try to go to the post a little bit more so they get double and then the shooters get open.
You're looking at head coach Ariel Portuando, who's a former national team assistant coach, taking over a recent.
Yes, last AmeriCup they had Teresa Durant as a coach. Teresa, if not, is one of the, to me, she has been the best basketball player Dominican Republic ever had. And she did good coaching, but now she moves to another thing. You know, she's coaching back in Dominican Republic, and now they have a new coach.
Oh, look at this nice little three ball from Colome. Some
Beautiful.
first quarter highlights. Yeah, I mean, these two teams, you can tell the talent is definitely on the court. It's kind of excited to know, what's going to happen next.
Yes.
Pump fake. Goes up strong and in for Argentina.
It was a good move, but you got to give credit to Castro. She was the one setting the screen for her to get open.
Evangelista, right off the elbow. Pulled down by Suarez. Ross on the run, feeds Castro, and one opportunity.
Flor is doing a good job so far, substituting Burani today. There's the repetition, good move, good balance. She were able to finish even with contact. Castro played NCAA with Robert Morris School. She will be a sophomore next year. She was part of the U19 Argentina team that participated in the World Championship. So she's been in this program for a long time now.
3 points for the young Castro, and her team finds itself up by 6 midway through the first quarter. Out rebounding for sure. Suarez, give and go. It's like a tip drill. Yep. And Morton raises her hand. She knows she applied the contact.
So far, Argentina shooting way better than Dominican Republic. They are 62% from the field. Dominican Republic is only 16% from the field. When we talk about the rebounds, a 3-5. Argentina up. And points in the paint, also Argentina is dominating this 10-2.
4 points here for Castro early. Ball back out to Monsac. Morton, who started this offensive drive. Oh, big pull down. Rebound from Arias Herrera will reset things. Shot clock. And a turnover for Dominican Republic. Colome had a hand in poking that ball loose.
This team is so responsible in their offense. So some of them have a little bit of space, and they rather look for the player that is totally open. It's a very unselfish team.
Castro will take a seat. And Cabrera is now on the court wearing number 7 for Argentina. Shot clock. She gets the shot up, but it's off. Morton, pull up on the elbow is good.
Yeah, it's something that you cannot do when you are guarding Morton, is going below the screen. You have to go up the screen because she's a good mid-range shooter.
Extra pass proves victorious Agustina Garcia.
And that's the first 3 for Argentina.
Garcia with 5 points and leading Argentina right now. And an offensive foul is going to be called against number 15, Sahari Monsak.
Llorente knows Monsak very well, and in the case of Monsak, you cannot let her catch the ball. You got to front her, and that's exactly what she's doing. Because once Monsak get the ball, she will use her body and her experience to take you to the basket. Llorente is doing an amazing defense job on her.
And you used to play against Monsak.
Yes, Monsak is 40 years old, and she still stays in shape, and she loves this team so much. And I'm glad to see her playing. Why not? She's showing the rest the way.
Morton, this time a little bit deeper. A traveling call for Garcia. I hated that as a player. You just think faster than your body moves, and you just take that extra step.
Yes, you move the pivot, and it happens a lot. It happens a lot.
I mean, how much of this game at this level is kind of just getting your bearings at first because of the, I mean, there's a lot on the line, right? The top 4 teams from this tournament get those qualifier bids to FIBA 2022, the FIBA World Cup.
There's a lot of stress because usually the same teams always win. USA, Canada, Brazil, and you just want to get into that group. You just want to go to that other level because we have like 4 to 5 teams that have been really close, to that 4th spot.
And if anything, this would be the year COVID's kind of provided parity across the board. So those teams that are not normally in the mix, we may see very well come out of this tournament.
Yes.
Which is exciting. You want to see, we talked about this earlier about the young and the more experienced, I don't want to call anybody old, but the young and the older experience really giving us a great mix.
That's something you often see in the AmeriCups. AmeriCup used to be named Liga de las Américas, Torneo de las Américas, so America's tournament. Now it's AmeriCup, and it's always been like this. Very, very young players with some mix, of veterans.
Monsak with the pick.
Oh.
Morton is going to be very upset with herself later for that one. On the reverse, no good for Rossett. Morton has a chance for redemption here. She'll go up strong on the left.
And that was a veteran move. Why? Because Evangelista was right open. And she said, I'm not going to give the ball to you because I can go one-on-one against the defense. I need to get into my offensive rhythm. So I'm going to push myself, get a foul, go to the free throw line, make my first point, and we can take it from there. That's something veterans do. Because Evangelista was right open. But she knows that in order for this team to get a chance against Argentina, she needs to be on the stats.
And Morton is a 33-year-old, 5'1" guard. Like you said, a veteran, 22 international games of experience, and she hits her first 2 free throws.
Last AmeriCup she played, she did very good. She averaged 10 points, 5 rebounds, and she also played the Centro Basket in El Salvador. 13 and 4 were her numbers.
Full court pressure gets called for Dominican Republic. Suarez nearly between the legs of Monsak. I'm sure if that play would have followed through, it might have been a Sports Center top 10. Camila Suarez to inbound for Argentina. About a minute 17 left in this first quarter.
Good pass.
A little shell shock there was Cabrera when she got the ball. Yamil Abreu. Reynosa. So a little different lineup on the floor right now we're seeing for Dominican Republic. And right in the right place at the right time, Suarez. Big time take, no go for Rossett, but tangled was Galina, and she'll find herself in the free throw line.
What we're seeing from Argentina, defensively talking. Let's see this repetition first. That was beautiful. Great offensive rebound, and yes, that was a foul.
Yes.
For an Evangelista. So what we're seeing from this Argentinian team is it's a suffocating defense. They're very good defending this Dominican Republic team. And once they get the ball, first choice will always be the fast break, but a responsible fast break. If they don't have anything, they go to a half-court game.
7-point advantage for Argentina, who is the visiting team technically today here in this Group B action. Turnover for Argentina. As a reminder to everybody listening at home, you're watching the 2021 FIBA Women's AmeriCup. We've got 10 teams, 120 of the best athletes in Central, North America, and South America, and our Caribbean nations. A week-long competition here in beautiful Puerto Rico. Baseline shot, no good for Dominican Republic. Less than a second. Does it get up? Oh, nice try by Agustina Garcia. And it's Argentina who can shake things up and have control of this game right now, 16-9. We'll be back in just a minute with the second quarter. A look at that. First quarter stats are on your screen. Argentina out-rebounding Dominican Republic and moving the ball, like you said, Natalia. That's been pretty key.
It's every Argentina team, it doesn't matter. It can be women's basketball, men's basketball, kids basketball, at any level. It's one of the countries that plays, you know, that they're disciplined. It's ridiculous. They play by the book. We see some of the repetitions of the play. It's a good pass. Colomé open, her first three. As a matter of fact, has been the only three-point shot that the Dominican Republic has made.
Energy.
The energy of this team. It was
nice
step,
Euro step. Does it drop?
Basket.
It does. Agustina Garcia. I wonder if you would compare them to the UConn in the United States. For us,
it could be different levels, but yes, it could be, you know, that type of teams that they
and
just
one
follow
opportunity.
every instructions that are very easy to coach because they're not selfish and they will do anything to win. If I don't have to score today, I don't score. If I have to pass, I'll pass. If I have to play defense, I'll play defense. And it's very impressive what we're seeing from Argentina right now, especially not having their captain and co-captain. You know, it's a big challenge for them, and I'm glad they are taking it. Llorente wrote on her social media that it was a tough week. It's been a tough week for them, but they were not going to come here and just give up. But they were going to fight, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing an Argentina team that is fighting to get this game.
And that's what they say, right? How diamonds are formed through extreme pressure.
Yes.
So every adversity, every mound that you find yourself in front of, once you get past it, you're usually made a better, human, woman, basketball player, all of those things. Meanwhile, Dominican Republic finds itself down by 7 points. Don't want that to grow much larger as this game continues. Monsac, the 40-year-old from the top of the key. And some words with the official.
This is a percentage shot for her. She likes to play in front of the basket too. She posts very well. That's what she do the best. But if she has space from the three-point line, she will take it.
Might have been some mano-a-mano in that situation, or a push that led to some extra conversation. Ross had blocked. And somehow it's Argentina that gets the ball back. Big time player Cabrera with another board. Let me tell you, Cabrera in the paint is just doing some magical things that, I mean, I don't believe is going to show up in all of the stat book.
She has some experience in Spain, so she knows how to play the game. And I love how she said over there, give me the ball. I want the ball.
Morton takes it up herself. And this is her way, like you talked about, Natalia, of getting in the game, right? Getting in rhythm.
She's not as fast as she used to be, but she still knows the game. She's very smart. So if you have a player and you're playing one-on-one that it's very aggressive, you want to use your body to take her. See, a crossover, I'm going to use my shoulder. I'm going to take you to the basket. I need to get into the rhythm. If I'm not going to be able to score easily, at least I'm going to go to the free throw line because my team needs me. She's smart.
Morton, 33 years old, got one of the 2 free throws there. And the ball is back in DR's hands.
Good pass.
Skip pass in the corner, off front rim, but a wide open look there for Evangelista. Oh, great read by Rossett, all alone. Lane was easy for the 30-year-old shooting guard. Takes it for herself, in and out for Scolorente. I think, too, on the other end, they're trying to get Scolorente a little bit more touches, too. Throwaway pass for Colome. Heads up against Scolorente. Gets blocked. And they're going to call this a foul against, actually, Colome.
Colome didn't like that.
Yeah, it's tough to get every call right, but we know with a lot of emotions, and we get another look here.
Yeah, there were some contact there. You know what? I said this everywhere I go. I think FIBA referees are top. It's very hard for them. You know, they do make mistakes, but they are amazing. When you compare to other type of basketball, they are good.
First one goes down. The lefty, 1 for 2, and gets the ball back as they're going to reset. Reversed under the basket would have been a beauty. Lorente is the one slow to get up.
Yeah, it seems like she really got hurt this time.
I mean, everything I'm seeing from Argentina, I feel like I'm at a basketball clinic.
Yeah, that's exactly how you will describe it. And as I said, any level you watch Argentina basketball, you will see this. The men's team is exactly the same thing. They go by the book. Most of these girls, the girls that play in Argentina, sometimes in Uruguay, they have an European passport. So because the Argentina league was not happening because of COVID, most of these girls, because they have a passport, they play in the second league in Europe. in different places. And you can see here, they're in shape. They look good.
I know we're missing some WNBA players in this tournament because the season is going on. COVID really kind of shook everything up as far as scheduling timing goes. Natalia, you know this tournament's every 2 years and not during an Olympic year.
Yes.
But lucky for us, it's a bonus. This is almost
we have basketball and basketball.
This is the appetizer to, you know, the later meal.
I don't mind. I don't mind.
For all of us basketball junkies, we've just been without for so long. It's refreshing. Suarez is back on the floor. Such a gritty point guard. And Garcia steps out. How would you describe yourself as a player, Natalia, since I never got to see you play?
No, I was, on my time, you know, now basketball have changed. And as a point guard, you need to score. You need to be very offensive. My time, point guards used to pass more the ball. So I was always passing the ball, you know, and looking to getting everybody involved in the game. Not the greater offensive player, but I was a tough cookie playing defense. I always had to defend the better player from the other team.
Collision ends in Argentina ball. Lorente hits the deck, and we're moving. Monsac up to Rojas Peñas. And these you gotta imagine, Natalia, you can't just come down and take one shot, right?
No, too fast. That's another possession for Argentina. DR is playing a zone right now. They are in a 2-3 zone. And that was smart from the coach. Why? Because Argentina is a younger team. They have a little bit more of energy. You need energy for the second half. So you go to a zone for a little while.
And they're going to take a breather right now. Argentina calling a timeout as they have a 7-point lead here midway through the second quarter.
Dominican Republic tomorrow, they will be, no. Monday they have Puerto Rico. Tuesday they have Venezuela. It's not an easy game here.
No, in the competition format, everyone watching at home, you know, this is the group phase, so 10 teams are divided into 2 groups, A and B. What you're watching right now is Group B. And then the teams who place 1 through 4 will advance to those quarterfinals. And so Argentina has a rich history here at the tournament. Last time, 2019, they had an 8th place finish, which they're definitely wanting to improve upon this year. And in fact, it was Coach Martinez that was quoted in the local paper that said, you know, the team is at its best and they will play very well during this tournament. And to think this is without the 3 starters and the 2 co-captains.
That's what made me sad, because I followed this team through media and talking to some of them, and I know how hard they work. They were in 3 different counties in Argentina, moving and playing against each other. And they would just work so hard to be ready for this tournament.
A push from behind from Arias Herrera. That will be the Dominican Republic's 3rd team foul this quarter.
And what they are, there's the move.
Left all alone was Rossett. Rolls in and out. Abreu will run this offense. Asking for her team to move. Like you said, they need to create and stay in motion.
Because Argentina is switching everything. almost everything in the perimeter. So when they switch, gotta start doing back doors and trying to do something, you know, things differently. Still on a 1-2 zone.
Ale lets it rip. And it's Abreu, the young 25-year-old who tries to get something going on offense for DR.
Only 12 points so far. That talks about how good Argentina defense have been so far.
And would you say this is a low-scoring game? I know, too.
Extremely, extremely. But it doesn't surprise me because I've seen this many times. When you are playing a tournament like this with teams that are at the same level as Argentina and DR are, and it's just the first game. It's always tough, because you don't play against each other all the time.
Yeah, I had one coach over in America, Division I, tell me the first couple minutes, like every 2 minutes, we're reevaluating where we are against this team. And like you said, these two teams they're not normal opponents.
Exactly. No, they are not. They see each other every 2 years, and it's not exactly the same team, and you know, especially in these conditions. But you know, today, you know, we just finished watching doing the game of Virgin Islands and Colombia. Those coaches are already working for tomorrow's game.
Mm-hmm.
It's adjustments after adjustment. That's why it's so hard to coach national teams. It's not a team that you have 6 months and you will make adjustments every month or every week. Here you have 6 days to make adjustments every day.
And how do those scouting reports even come together?
That's hard. Scouting, you know, now, you know, you have a special person to do that do the scouting and that prepares, you know, all the papers, you know, that explains what every team does. They don't sleep. I have many friends that do that. That are scouting people. They don't sleep.
For the love of the game.
For the love of the game. And for the love of winning, too.
Oh, competition? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, of course. If it's not to win, why? Do it.
Abreu drills her first free throw. Two for two for the 25-year-old. First points in a while for the Dominican Republic.
They're pressing full court, 2-2-1.
Wide open look on the wing there for Suarez.
I was just gonna say she doesn't shoot that. She doesn't shoot. I think it's the second, but when she does, she's effective.
Morton from the other wing, and it's snatched up by Cabrera. Thought about it and said that one gets stuck away. Abreu going the other way.
Yeah, a coast-to-coast move from Jamel Abreu. She got the foul. Llorente comes back to the game. Suarez will take a well-deserved break. Colomé is back in the game too.
They're going to start charging Abreu rent here. She's been on the free throw line the last 2 trips down. Little team huddle. I like that. I'm all for the communication. I love, when I tune in, I'm always, Natalia, seeing how the teams are communicating with each other. That one resulted in a point, so I check mark effective. Garcia drilling the lane, finds a wide open Rossett. Monsac says, no more, no mas.
No mas.
Palome. Wow, lots of little steps there.
And she knows it. Look at her face.
She's like, the basketball gods gave me a freebie.
They did. They did. Colome. It's been quiet today, but we got to give credit to the Argentina defense. It's been all over her.
And Colome, she plays for Syracuse in the States. And like Natalia was saying earlier, she was one of the top 4 scorers in the Central Basket Tournament.
The future, the face of this DR team.
The heart and hustle award, though, for me, it goes to Cabrera here in this first half. Step through pass to Rossett. Money! Macarena Rossett with 7 points for Argentina.
Before this tournament, Macarena was playing in Italy. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists were her numbers.
Abreu decides to lift, load, and let it fly. Rossett flashing. Wide open baseline.
Really smart. Really smart because Evangelista was, you know, she didn't have any balance, so I'm going to attack her through the baseline, get some contact. Good pass.
That's Rossett's 3-pointer just moments ago. And she has a team leading 7 points. Argentina, the away team here tonight. Dominican Republic, the home team. And before this game got started, I went over to the coaching and coaching staff over there, and I asked them what their keys would be for this game, Natalia. And they told me that, you know, they want to stop the fast break and slow down Dominican Republic, because traditionally this team likes to move very swiftly.
Yeah.
You know, they are also working on their transition, which we've seen on display. And apples to apples, we know who's winning that battle.
Yes. Look at that defense.
So staunch, and then it's Ale that's saying, wait, I was moving my feet.
If I were playing there, the last person I would like to be defending me. Look at that. Look at that. I would hate if Ale would be defending me because she's such a good defensive player.
A lot of DR's points coming right from the free throw line because of that staunch defense, right?
Yes.
Argentina leads by 9. Under 2 minutes to play here in this first half. You're watching the FIBA Women's AmeriCup in Puerto Rico. Despina Barton next to Natalia Melendez, the former Puerto Rico national team member. And her hometown, this is day 1 of competition. Nice hands by Garcia.
And you see where she's picking her up?
Right at that 3-quarter mark.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do with Colome. You cannot let her get into the rhythm. And she's not able, she hasn't been able to even touch the ball that much. Switching. No space for her.
Colome still lets it go. Tracked down by Reynosa. And Argentina's already got 2 the other way.
Ale was not only active in defense, she saw what was going on. She filled the lane and she finished with the layup.
Argentina has so much endurance.
And with the short rotation.
Yes, only 9 players here for the rest of the tournament, as we saw Sahari Monsac, the 40-year-old for Dominican Republic, hit the jumper.
You know, I always say this. I saw it. I said it in the last AmeriCup. Once Monsac retire, DR better make like a statue of her.
A statue?
She deserve it. Despina, she deserve it. When this team have been good, she's been there. When this team have been bad, she's been there. When this team have been really bad, she have been the constant. Never say no to her country. So Monsac deserve a statue on her country. Playing for more than 20 years with her national team.
That is incredible. That is worthy of a statue. Maybe lifetime massages would be great. And
That
therapeutic.
too. You can see her knees. I mean, but she's still there, and I'm so happy to see her. And hopefully, once she decided to retire, we continue seeing her as a part of the staff if she likes to do that. No.
Guyana with the 2 free throws for Argentina. Puts them back out in front by 10. Monsac doing it all herself. Rebound lands into the hands of Guyana. Excuse me, of Ale. Coach calling them to pull it out.
One last play.
Rossett going left. Monsac giving her trouble. Gets into the corner for Guyana. And no shot. The score will stand here as we head into the half. 31-21. Monsac gets credit for that stop against Argentina. And we've got 2 more quarters left to go in this one. At half, though, it's Argentina 31, Dominican Republic 21. Stick around. We got halftime stats and much more coming up in just another moment. Natalia, you're seeing Argentina just performing way better in every statistical category.
18% field goal is not good for the DR. Rebounds, Argentina is dominating this by 9, 27-18. The best top scorer is Roset 9, Colomé 6, 2 threes, more than 5, 7, and Arias 4, and Garcia 5. Not too many players in double figures, of course. There's only 31-21 score. It's a low score.
Yep, spreading the wealth on both sides of the ball.
That's how the game started. And it was effective. It was very good with Arias at the beginning. The first 2
Argentina
possessions went to her
in
and she was
transition.
effective. 4 points.
Couple extra dribbles
Beautiful.
made nice there
Scores is
for
just
Argentina.
incredible. I'm so glad she's doing so well. Great block. Great assist. Suarez again.
Just 20 years old.
That was the first 3 of the game.
The glass.
Ale.
Here comes that energy.
Good pass. There was step.
Nice little Euro step. Does it drop? It does. Agustina Garcia.
For Garcia.
Torres. Ross on the run. Argentina's been Feeds so fun to watch because and they're so one fundamentally opportunity.
sound.
And the payoff is that it's the celebration.
Yes, yes, yes. And the thing about Argentina is that they've been effective playing half-court game or in the fast break. They don't take too many bad decisions. They're very smart. And
Extra
like I said, on
pass
self-vision.
proves victorious.
It feels good to watch them play
Agustina.
because you know they are playing for the team. Here again, good defense.
It's a bonus. This
Yes,
is almost
high-low. We have basketball and basketball.
This is the appetizer to, the later
basket. When you have
wide
big
open
players
look
that
on
I
the
call
wing.
them point centers. They are big players. They know they're supposed to post. They know they're supposed to rebound, but they also think.
But for
as
me,
point
it goes to
guards.
Cabrera here in this first
That's a
half.
plus always. They know how to pass the
Step
ball.
through pass to
They're gonna get
Rossett.
double most of the time.
Money. So you know there's an open man, and Argentina's been so successful at finding that person this first half.
And it's working because they are making those long.
What a move. Oh, gorgeous pass to Vente. Time out Brazil. What a rejection. Montero playing volleyball out there. To get a shot. Icedo at the buzzer.
The stats are
Phenomenal.
In the third quarter in grand fashion. Here's Hill crossing over, driving in, bucket and the foul. What a tough layup.
She got hit in the face and she just get up like nothing.
She'll wait. Kente guarding her. Reynoso sets the screen. Asperua switches on. Morton, tough shot. Got it to go. 2.4 seconds to play.
Now is that another.
It's halftime here inside the Roberto Clemente Coliseum in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The Dominican Republic, the home team, against Argentina. Argentina leading the way 31-21 through the first 20 minutes of action. Despina Barton here alongside Natalia. And Natalia Melendez. This is your hometown. I mean, what is it? You got to talk to me about what it means to host these games here in Puerto Rico. finally.
It feels good. Last AmeriCup was here as well, 2019, and I was talking to the president of the federation, Jim Ramos, and he said that he didn't hesitate. 2019 was so good for our country, and it was such a successful tournament, and it worked so well for us that he decided to do it here again. And there's a thing about, for the team it's also important because there's nothing like playing at home. I think it's not an advantage, but yes it is, because you're playing in front of your crowd, and it will always, be good for the team. So I was glad the president didn't hesitate of receiving this tournament once again. And, I know it's not going to be the last time. We love doing this.
What do you remember about your time playing for the national team?
It was fun. It was really fun. We were not as famous or as huge as our team is right now, but it was fun. It was always very exciting to wear your uniform. It says Puerto Rico. We have 3.2 million people, and you are 12, of those. And traveling and knowing, because you in the court, you don't look like friends, but you do make friends for a lifetime. I do have friends from Canada, I do have friends from Brazil and from Dominican Republic, and we still talk, through social media, remembering all of these wonderful years. This kind of tournament changes your life. You are competing, of course, for your country. You want to win because you want to go to the next level, but so many other things happens to inside of you as a person, and it's just wonderful. My times with the national teams, I would not trade them for anything in the world. It was fun, and I think every player will tell you exactly the same. It's worth the pain, it's worth the injuries, it's worth everything, the tears, everything. It's good.
So to see Monsac out here too, in her 20th season, it's got to be.
We were so young when we used to play the Centro Basket. I remember in the 90s, 94 till 97, 98, Dominican Republic used to host most of the Centro Basket. So it was other teams going to her country. And we were young. We were so young. And just seeing her here, it makes me happy, because I can even run 5 minutes and she's still running 40 minutes and doing it at this level with a smile, and just seeing her here, it's amazing, and I'm sure her country it's very proud of her and everything that she's doing.
Argentina is back on the floor, and so is Colome and the DR squad. Not a whole lot of time to breathe. You got about 10 minutes to kind of regroup. What can happen in the halftime, Natalia?
Well, you make adjustments of everything what's happening. If you are Argentina, you want to keep doing what you're doing. You don't want to lose. You don't want to lose that energy you have in defense. You want to stay on that passing lane because it's working. You want to crash the boards. You want to be patient in offense. You want to, as a first option, that's what they're doing, run the fast break. If they don't have anything, they will go to a half-court game. They are also using long possessions. If they don't have a shot in 7 seconds, they will use the whole possession. And that's good for them. That's, I guess the coach is just saying, guys, we gotta stay as we are. We cannot let Monsac, we cannot let Colome, we cannot let Morton get into the game, because once they get into the game, everything is gonna change. And if I were the Dominican Republic, they need to be a little bit more aggressive on defense. They also need to work on those screens a little bit more, maybe do the back doors a little bit more too, because they're switching everything. And when they switch everything, nothing happens in offense if you just stay in the perimeter. So I think the adjustments for Dominican Republic will have to come on the defense. But again, Argentina have only 31 points. I think it's an offensive issue. It's an offensive issue. They need to get more people open, and they need to be a little bit more aggressive.
Said so eloquently. Now, could they hear you halfway across the court now? I think Natalia should have been in these huddles with the coaches.
I miss the huddles. I miss listening to the huddles. It was always so interesting. But, that's one of my favorite, the national anthem, and then, again, hearing the coach's perspective of everything that's going on in the game. Because, sometimes here, we're sitting here and we're seeing something, and it's not exactly what their coaches are seeing. And sometimes, you know, I'm commentating about something, and when I hear them, and I say, well, then, you know, they have a little a different perspective of what's going on, and it's enriching for us as a commentator. So I love when we can hear the coaches. It's going to be a battle this second half. Argentina better know that this is not over yet. Dominican Republic is going to come really hard. They are veterans. They know what it takes to win in this level. On the other hand, DR needs to make adjustments because Argentina is not going to slow down, not for a second.
Too much on the line here in the FIBA Women's AmeriCup. Top 4 teams from the entire tournament will get a qualifier for the FIBA World Cup of 2022, which is in Australia, completely on the other side of the globe, which has got to be, you know, pretty exciting and enticing enough. But a lot of these national teams are also gearing up for the Olympics in just a month and a half. I mean, talk about the summer of basketball, summer of sports, it's back.
We have to remember Puerto Rico, Canada, and United States are on Tokyo 2021. We're going to see some teams here, but they're not necessarily the same teams that we are going to see in the Olympics. They do have some players, but they will add other players. Like you said, the WNBA players are not coming to play this tournament. But at the same time, it's so good that we are able to see other players, you know. And imagine being the United States, imagine being the Canadian team, that you can come to a tournament like this with your third team or your second team and still dominate. It's beautiful. Last year we saw a USA team that it had all our professional players, big names, and this last AmeriCup I meant. And then this AmeriCup we're going to be able to see the starts from the NCAA college. I'm telling you, I love this tournament. I love this tournament.
And you say that, and speaking of looking over to our right shoulder, who is in the stands scouting this game? Team USA is here.
It's here.
You said those scouts don't sleep. I don't think they do either. Mungo. Julieta. We'll try and split defenders there. Shot clock at 12. Mungo. Off front rim. And it gets picked up by Argentina. Fadeaway jumper no good for Scorrente. I mean, those are the types of possessions that Dominican Republic dreams of. And a foul. Yes, head hangs low there for Diana Cabrera.
And they are starting their offense the same way they started in the first quarter, looking for areas in the paint.
And an offensive foul against Dominican Republic. Looks like it was an elbow.
Yes, and she usually
extension.
gets away with that.
Oh, big time three-pointer from Mungo.
She spent most of the first half at the bench because of foul trouble earlier, but she's the shooter.
And Mungo, just 23 years old and making her international debut with this team. Evangelista says, don't forget about me, though. Come on, teamwork. This DR team just down by 11. Anything can happen. Suarez using her hands to slow down that rocket. Way to stick with it, Scorrente. Makes him pay. Portuando does not want that to count, but
It does.
It was clearly off before the buzzer. And then good hands of Florente. She's coming down the other end. Consistent on O and on defense.
Yes, that was Cabrera trying to move Colomé away, but it was a little bit harder than it's supposed to. Just the repetition, good move. Not good. Yes. Cabrera is strong. She's very strong.
It was just a love tap of welcome to the tournament.
Yes. This is FIBA Americas.
You got to tell me, are there some real serious rivalries?
Yes. Argentina, Uruguay is not here, but usually it's Argentina, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico, Canada, and the USA, Colombia, and Brazil.
So just about everybody.
Just about everybody. Yes.
Reynoso. Back into the hands of their guard, Evangelista. Very little movement. Morton gets it off. Not the shot they're looking for. And just into the hands, Colomé surprises everybody. Oh, and it rolls in.
Good steal. For points 7 and 8.
Mungo's got such great size.
She does. For her position, she's playing the 3 right now. She was playing in Baxi Ferri in Spain, Division 2. Good level of basketball, you can tell.
Nice read by Suarez. She's done this a couple times today. This one, though, does not drop. Colomé surveying. Florente staying back, making her work for it.
She's bigger and taller, and she can move. Beautiful.
Nice cut by Monsac.
And nothing goes for Monsac today. She's been trying and trying, but Argentina is doing an amazing job on her.
And they know what she can bring, right?
Yes.
They've seen her so often. Blocking call called against Joanna Morton. Suarez. Floater is good with an assist from the backboard. Suarez now with 9 points.
It was a good drive for Colomé. Change of speed.
And the attack keeps coming, this time on the baseline.
Yeah, she was lucky there that Reynoso fouled her because it was a low percentage shot. So we can see.
So Squilorente, the captain today for this Argentinian team that is it's not beaten and battered, but it's down 3 of its starters due to COVID protocol.
Yes, Melissa Greter, the captain and the point guard, and she was playing in Estudiantes de Madrid. She had a great season. As a matter of fact, she signed until 2022. Also, Andrea Boquete is not here because of a COVID protocol. She was playing in Spain, the 2nd division in Baxi Ferro. She averaged 9.5 rebounds and 2 assists. And Burani, that for me, I have this reading 2 days ago. She was the most important team for this team. She played in the Movistar Estudiantes in Spain as well, and she's the main center for this Argentina team. She's not going to be able to play.
Do we know if they stay here, if they go home, if they...
No, they have to stay at the hotel. They receive everything in the room. They're not able to stay until they tested negative. And those are the rules.
Yep, I mean, I know you live here, but for those of us traveling in, upon arrival at the airport, they wouldn't let you outside the doors.
No. In Puerto Rico, wow. Great basket by Colome, her 2nd 3 of the game.
Colome now with 13. She's starting to get hot. Cuts the lead down to 8. Yeah, you can't step into the country without a negative test. So, just a very unfortunate situation, but it tells the times that we're dealing with. COVID is still around, so, and here the FIBA organizers and Puerto Rico and everybody around us, you know, takes this very seriously. The health of everybody, the players, coaches.
And we got to give credit, as you said, to FIBA. FIBA is taking every measurement possible to make this a safe environment, and they're not playing.
Nice little give and go, beauty there. The finish with Squilorente.
4 and 5 for her.
Starting to find a good pace between these two teams, the way they like to move.
There's a high-low between Modern and Reynoso. Maybe they can start doing that a little bit more since Reynoso's size. Right now she's one of the tallest, if not the tallest player in the court right now. That was a great fast break finish with Llorentes. 2-point. Reynoso is 25 years old. She plays for Pioneras de Dominicana on their national league. She's been in this team for a while. She was part of the Centro Basket 2018 in Manatí. She played in the last Centro Basket 2021 in El Salvador, 5 points and 6 rebounds. She also played the AmeriCup 2019, where she averaged 5 points and 6 rebounds.
The passing has just been mesmerizing. Back into Rosette. Off. Cabrera, though, does not back down. She's fierce down in the paint. Cabrera with 10 rebounds here this evening. Shot up and off, but picked back up as the rebound for Reynoso. Right place, right time. It was inadvertently a high-low.
And yes, without trying it. But as I said, I think Reynoso can get a little bit more involved in this offense. They need to use her a little bit more.
Tipped off the hands of Evangelista. Cabrera through the legs. Just gets picked up by the wrong team. Big time feed. Cannot be put away by Arias Herrera. Kickball. A little cringe-worthy there for Evangelista. I always used to love kickballs. I felt like
Like what?
I don't know, it just felt like powerful to stop a play or, you know, slow it down because you know it's you're going to have a stopped whistle.
Yes.
Maybe it was just sometimes getting a little breather.
Were you a soccer player?
I did play soccer
You
too.
did?
Yeah, basketball, volleyball, tennis, a little bit of soccer. Anything to keep us out of trouble. Abreu, strong take.
They are being a little bit more aggressive now in offense. They are attacking those gaps. They're not staying in the perimeter, and that's something that needed to happen a little before, but they still got time. They need to keep attacking those gaps. Make them move.
They're just chipping away at the differential here. Down by 10 at halftime, now down by 6. And playing strong defense.
Makes sense. The 2-2-1 press, this team that we're seeing right now of DR, it's a very young team. Fresh legs.
And just a cherry on top of the cake here with Munga.
Munga said, I don't care if they
Yeah.
have fresh legs.
I'm going to show
score."
them. I'm a veteran and I know how to shoot the ball.
Yep.
Well, in their eyes, a veteran. 23 years old for everybody else.
First quarter, 9-16 Argentina. Second one, 15-14 DR. This one, 14-12 DR. So what have the DR behind this game is the first quarter. 7 points difference.
Beautiful free throw there from Reynoso. 6'3", 25-year-old representing DR. Trap results in a foul. I think Abreu thinks she had a hand on it. She was so close, she was tasting blood. And we are in the bonus. So from here on out, Lennox, 57.6 seconds. Each team will receive 2 free throws for each foul. Munga now with 7 points on the day. Make it 8 as Argentina's lead builds to 9. Abreu trying to shake Munga. Shot up and in from the corner. Evangelista.
It's not making the basket. It's making the basket when they count the most. That's the hard part.
And very momentous stop right here. Opportunity for DR. They want to close this gap. 15 seconds left. Reynoso, will she get the last shot? It will drop, but it's going to be called offensive charge. Oh, not what the doctor ordered.
No. That's Diana Cabrera who is down.
Holding her head.
have to remember this is a short rotation. You don't want anybody to get hurt. I think it's her head. Once the trainers get into the court, they need to take her out. They're checking on her.
And the collision was with Reynoso in that previous
Let's see what
shot.
happened there. It was probably on the floor. Something happened. But it's her head.
Yeah, instantly started clinching her head.
For Dominican Republic and Argentina, 11, Marian Soto.
Oh, good.
Good to see. A little disoriented.
And she's tough.
So tough.
When you see her down, it's because she's hurt.
There's no flopping in this game.
No, not in AmeriCup. No, you will not see that.
Yeah, the true backbone of this Argentinian team right now has been Cabrera all game. And we hope that she will be okay and
Come back.
we will see her back.
They need her back.
One more look here.
Oh, yes. Yes. That was a hard hit.
Jose, split in defenders, takes it herself and draws the contact. Doesn't miss a beat here for Argentina.
She didn't have that much time. She needed to attack.
And what a way to ensure you maybe, you'll get some more points before the quarter ends than going to the free throw line.
Yes. And coach is taking out Suarez and Sol for a little break before starting the fourth quarter and bring some defensive players for this last position.
Also with 11 points here today through 3 quarters. Shot goes up and will not make the distance. So guys, that is the end of the third quarter. Argentina up 47 to Dominican Republic 39. The difference here, not a lot here, 8 points. A very close one on our hands as we get set for the final 10 minutes of action here in Group B, group play.
DR is shooting 26%, Argentina 33% from the three-point line. DR 26%, Argentina 38%. Rebounds 26 to 36, Argentina. It's dominating. Fast break points 9 to 3. Argentina is dominating that as well. Points of the bench 16-9. Argentina is dominating and points in the paint as well 20-12. There you see some of the plays in Valderista getting hot into the third quarter. Llorente doing her thing in front of Monsac. Boom. No, she didn't make it.
Again.
Boom. Now. A double boom.
And it was Colome who you said we should keep an eye on. Her coming out party came here a little bit late in the third quarter.
A little bit late, but they still got time, and they need to involve. But see, the thing with Colome is the points that she made in this third quarter were not necessarily coming off of screens or anything. It's her pushing and creating things for herself because there's not much creating for her, not screens, and and she said, well, what I need to do is I'm just going to start attacking and creating my own offense, and I'm going to push myself a little harder, being on those passing lanes and see, as that last play that we saw, it was a steal and she finished with the layup. It's been her creating for her.
You got to think if DR can get Monsac in the positive.
Yes.
That could be a difference maker here in the final 10.
I know it was going to be hard for Monsac. Llorente is defending her, one of the best. defensive player of Argentina. Younger, a little, you know, as tall as she is, with a lot of energy, and she knows her very well. So I know it was going to be a tough night for a tough afternoon for Masak.
Cutter keeps coming, and the finish is good. Reynoso with the first bucket of the fourth.
It's easy for her. It seems easy because she had long arms.
Good defensive stop. Monsac, back to Reynoso. Off Argentina. So now you get a look under the bucket.
It was good, good intention with that pass. Colome, beautiful.
Operation Feed Reynoso is in full effect. I love Morton. She wears her emotion on her sleeve out there. Morton pushing the ball. Decides to go at it herself, and there's going to be a foul against Rosette. The hesitation, you can see her thinking, am I going to split this defense? Am I going to
Yeah, but she's still going to shoot it.
Look.
Using her body, pushing Rosette, hands up. She put her hands down. That was the problem. That was the problem.
And that's her third personal foul, which we've been highlighting Rosette this whole time. That's pretty big. Let's try and stay foul free the rest of this contest. DR, though, now within 5, the closest they've been this half.
DR is in a half-court press, and Argentina haven't figured it out yet. It's working for DR. Let's see what happens. This is a very important offensive position for them. And Cabrera is back. They need her.
And who does Cabrera go on? Colome. This is a matchup you talked about wanting to see. And the battle in the paint. A lot on one-on-ones. Colome wide open. Shot goes up. No good as shot clock expires. Suarez in traffic still gets it into the hands of Llorente.
Just flying in the court. It was a great fast break. A better pass to Llorente.
It sounds so good when you say her last name. Say it for me. Llorente?
Llorente. Llorente.
Llorente.
Yes. Double L in Spanish, it's a J.
J.
Like you guys sound Y at the beginning. Llorente. Llorente.
Taking down notes here, Natalia.
It's very tough, and I know when you have to do a different language.
And English is not your first language, and you are sitting in this booth.
I try my best, people. I'm trying my best. But I remember when I went to Belgium to do the pre-qualifying tournament, we have Japan, we have Belgium, you know.
Those names are very different than our Americas and our
are very different.
Caribbean nation's name. Oh, look who's back, Cabrera. Back on the floor. After missing some time and slow to get up, knocking her head on the hardwood in the third quarter. That's a good sight to see.
Yeah, it's good to see her back. because you will have to play a lot of minutes, not only today, but for the rest of the tournament as well.
9 players Argentina is playing with, as 3 are having to sit out per COVID protocol. 3 starters, a couple captains. This is not the team that Argentina
Was planning to have. You know, when I started seeing the names, I said, Melissa. Oh, no, Melissa. And then I saw Boquete, Andrea Boquete. I was like, no, I cannot believe this. And then I saw Llorente. I said, this is unbelievable.
But you can't tell by the way they're playing here and how hard they're playing. This team wants to show those girls at home, those women at home, that they're playing hard for them.
Yes. And that you got to be ready. You got to be ready all the time because you don't know what life will bring, but you know what's going to bring you.
Cabrera swooping in once again. And then Llorente, that one's going to go off her hands. So ball DR.
And Cabrera have 11 rebounds so far. She haven't scored. She doesn't have a point, but she have 11 rebounds.
She's flying around. She is everywhere that ball is. And I don't know if you've seen the movie The Incredibles, but the mom who is super stretchy.
Yes.
I think that is who Cabrera is embodying right now.
Good pass.
Suarez, plenty of time to set up. Driving through Munga. Shot comes from the outside this time, but Argentina's having, they can put any shot they want up. They're having a field day out here. Reynosa. Morton fighting the game clock, the shot clock. Monsac sticks around. That's going to be Monsac's 4th personal foul.
Still 6 minutes to go. She needs to go to the bench for a little while and then come back.
At 5 fouls, you will be ejected from the game. So yes, very important to get her some rest and then get her back out here. Durante.
She's taller than Evangelista. She's on her strong side, the left side of the court, a little bit of space. She's a tall player, mid-range. Boom, 2 points for her.
And they're two-way. Everybody's playing defense for Argentina right now and crashing those boards.
Offensive foul. Yeah, it was Arias. Apparently a little push there. That's her 3rd.
And the team's 4th, so 1 away from a bonus situation, which is not ideal for the DR, who trails by 10 at this point. Natalia, what are you telling your team at this timeout?
Well, you know, it's a bit tired. It's been intense. It's been an intense game. But here's where you have to put your head together. You know, we have a few minutes left. If I were Argentina, guys, we are in control of these games, and now we have Cabrera back in the game. We can continue moving the ball. We don't need to shoot fast. We need to take the best shot possible. And in defense, please don't let Reynoso catch that high-low game. Keep putting pressure on Morton. Try not to foul her. And just crash the boards. If I were Dominican Republic, we needed to, you know, they need to fast the pace a little bit more. Don't allow offensive rebounds from Argentina. And you know, they gotta keep trying to get that ball to Reynoso on the post. Everybody else needs to move in the perimeter and keep cutting through the basket to find easy shots. 5:28, 10 points. They need to fast the pace.
Abreu here, cut Marine. Suarez picking her up 3/4 court. Shot and room to grow for Sorrente.
An offensive rebound. That's
Mungo, great way to track down the ball. Rosset back in, driving as usual. Ball fed up is intercepted by Suarez. Okay, I'll wait for everybody to catch up. Mungo squares up, just like in practice.
if you want somebody to be taking 3-pointers right now, it's that player over there, Mongo. She's been effective. She's the best shooter of Argentinian team. That was a great pass, a better shot.
Now you've got 3 players from Argentina in double digits for scoring. It's hard to combat when so many people are able to put points on the board. Great defensive presence too. Rosset. Money, back-to-back 3-pointers for Argentina. And the pendulum has fully shifted into their favor.
They are so smart. Point guards are attacking the gaps. Players, shooters are relocating in the 3-point line. Those 3 points shot on a roll, they must hurt for DR. Emotionally, it's hard. They still got time, but those rotations defensively need to be a little bit faster. Argentina to win, what they have to do. Being smart, taking the smart shot, and making them. Not taking the shots, but making them, which is, you know, it's a big difference.
Yeah, the gauntlet just keeps getting deeper as it's now a 16-point differential. And, you know, as a player, I can imagine, right, you're calculating in your head, how do we start, you know, chipping away at this?
Argentina, when I'm looking at the percentage right here, Despina, they are shooting 43% from the 3-point line. That's very good. 7 of 16.
And you're going to get some other looks here again.
Pass, that's Mango there.
Yes, Mungo.
Suarez. Let me see how many assists. Suarez have 4 assists. Macarena Rosset have 5 assists. Argentina as a team have 16 assists. In the case of DR, only 7. Because we've seen that their offense been more, you know, the players creating for themselves.
Morton looks down. Colome, before the shot clock expires, throws up something and out of frustration, shakes her head.
You cannot come from a timeout, especially when it was your timeout, and have that offensive play.
Off Monsac, so it stays here. I don't think I've seen it in all the games I've covered. You know, Natalia, everything has gone the opposite way it needs to for Monsac. And even every whistle, it's almost as if she touches the ball and something something not good is going to happen.
No, poor Monsac. Let's hope tomorrow she have a better game, but you know, like I like to give credit to Llorente. Llorente is driving her nuts.
Yes.
She's doing good. She's doing really good. And when you have somebody younger than you, strong as you are, athletic, young, you know, with that hunger. Not because Llorente right now can say, you know what? I stopped Monsac from the R. I defend Monsac. She was not able to do, you know, a lot of things when we play against each other.
Held her to 3 points, made her pick up 4 personal fouls early.
Like a veteran, most of the time, rather play against a veteran. They know each other. You know, you don't have the same energy. You know, you'll use your shoulders and your, you know, and your experience. When you play with a younger player, that they want to prove that they're better than you. Their energy and they don't care. They got nothing to lose because you're the veteran. I'm the young girl, so I have nothing to lose. I just need to prove that I'm in this level, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Llorente is in heaven. She's doing an amazing job, and I'm not surprised about what she's been doing. I've seen this girl for a long time now. I've seen her grown, and I think she's she's in one of the, she's in a good moment in her career and going to Europe to play. Definitely, you can see here that it had an effect on her.
Final 3 minutes of action here. Group B. This is the group phase and day 1, so our second game of the afternoon. Everybody's competing for 4 spots and qualifying for the 2022 FIBA World Cup. And Monsac will get ready to take her spot on the free throw line. The 40-year-old veteran who you played against, Natalia, when you played with the Puerto Rican national team.
You know what's the stat that stand out the most to me right now about Monsac? This is the first free throw she's gonna shoot. Usually she shoots like, let's say maybe 8 till 10 free throws per game, because that's her game, doing the dirty job on the paint. And this tells you she haven't received the ball that much, because Llorente it's not letting her catch the ball.
Yep. Llorente has single-handedly taken her out of this game. DR is swarming. A little push from behind, didn't matter. Llorente.
10 points for her.
Argentina now out in front by 17. Monsac, first field goal in a while. She's got 6 points in this game. Suarez getting a little too close, too handsy. While Morton's just telling her team to calm down. So with 14 seconds on the shot clock, Colome will inbound. She'll get it directly back on the wing. Suarez off to the races, off front rim. And they'll reset.
Good pass.
Oh man, and they wanted Cabrera to have the feed in the bucket, because I think she heard you talking about all those rebounds and no points. Lots of bodies on the floor. Argentina comes up with it. Colome slow to get up. 60 seconds left. The officiating crew letting them play a little bit more aggressive until that smack from behind by Reynoso.
Yeah, it's putting a lot of pressure on defense. Argentina is moving the ball very, very well.
Llorente taking an extra breather here, it looks like, to get up. Llorente. A couple extra breaths there on the free throw line.
Do you have a sub? Waiting for her.
11 points for the 25-year-old.
She played 30 minutes so far, 30-49. That's a lot.
Yeah, the lefty.
And she's leaving the game with 11 points, 6 rebounds, 3 of those offensive rebounds, 1 assist.
Colome. De Evangelista. Reynoso with a strong take. But Argentina is smothering this entire game. They have not let up. And Suarez with the finish. It's just, they're a machine.
12-13, they are in shape. That happens when you're able to play in this pace only when your physical condition is top. It's top, and I've seen the preparation of this team. They've been working for around 3 months now. Right after they opened because of COVID, they put this team together, and they've been working very hard. They were a few weeks they worked on Bahia Blanca, and then they went to the city, and you know, and they practice and practice and practice, and as we're seeing right now, the connection they all have in between each other, you can see it. You can see it. They're playing in both ends. Usually, when you play with that intensity in offense, defense is so-so, or sometimes in the defense you are very, you know, aggressive and tireless, and in the offensive end you look a little tired. But no, this team is very active in both ends of the court. If I were the other teams, I would put my eyes on Argentina, because they didn't came here to participate. They came here to compete, regardless all of the situations that's been happening to them with the COVID.
Yeah, what's wild is I even read, you know, leading up to this COVID hiccup, you know, they hadn't had any lost time or any changes in their scheduling. Everything had been smooth. And they've done everything, you know, to protect themselves and the players. So just unfortunate timing. Monsac.
No.
A little extra contact, and we're hearing some painful screams. That is Julieta Munga.
Munga, the shooter. I think it's her nose.
This 23-year-old on the floor right now. She's had 11 points for this team. And the medical staff is tending to her.
Yeah, they're calling the paramedics. Over here. She's bleeding.
The Dominican Republic team has gone back to their bench, and the stretchers coming out for Munga.
These are things that, you know, we're supposed to get used to it because it's a physical sport, but you'll never get used to it. Seeing somebody going down like that, especially when they get hit on the face.
And Julieta Ale is not leaving her side. She is up. And the team clinical staff is escorting her off the court. It looks like she will not need the stretcher.
Yeah. With her elbow going down, it wasn't on purpose or anything. It was just a normal move, but it hurt her on her nose. Cleaning the blood from the floor.
Sub for Argentina, enters number 6, Victoria Llorente.
They don't have that many people on the bench. Llorente needs to go back and play again, trying to close this game. 14 seconds to go.
She seems super tough. We know she has. She's been playing that way all day. And another look here. Like you said, Natalia, when that elbow came down.
Elbow hurts. They hurt a lot.
She's in good hands. And yes, we talked about the limited roster already for Argentina.
No, they have 8 players right now.
8 players right now.
8 players right now. Hopefully she'll be ready for tomorrow. When you have a get hurt like that, sometimes you're not able to play the next game. So we'll see what happens with Mungo. And it's sad because what she showed us today here was pretty amazing. I would love to see her again as I guess everybody that is watching us. We want to see more of Mungo during this tournament.
Yeah, she finished today's game with 11 points. Monsac. Her first made free throw. 7 points for the veteran on this Dominican Republic team. Big rebound there from Morton. Shot goes up, rolls out by Evangelista. And a jump ball that will stay with Argentina. 8.2 seconds. Ale up to Ghana. And yes, time will expire. A somber end, but regardless, it is Argentina that are all smiles as they have secured their first victory in the tournament, 64-46.
Against all odds. We didn't thought that, when I didn't thought Argentina was going to come out and play the way they did, but I'm glad they did, losing 3 of the most important players for this team. It's good. It's good to see them being so well and having such a wonderful game against the Dominican Republic. There you see the stats.
And Argentina just phenomenal from the three-point land, 44%. Free throws took care of business, and 30% from everywhere else. You look at what they're able to do, you know, this is why they were able to take care of Dominican Republic, rebounding out, you know, with their assists.
19 assists. That's a lot. That tells you how good this team moves the ball. Top scorers were set for Argentina. just they pretty much did everything right. I mean, we got to give them credit in the defensive end, in the offensive, and no selfishness. Everybody moved the ball. Everybody touches the ball. Whoever was hot was the one shooting. And they kept their composure when Dominican Republic made this little push in the third quarter. And in the other hand, DR missed way too many shots. They were a little, just standing in the perimeter. I would have, love to see a little bit more of movement. But hey, this is just the first game. They still got a tournament to play. Hopefully, the second game for them will be a little bit better.
Yep, and we saw a lot of different people do a lot of great things for Argentina here and stayed persistent with the rebounding. That's Durante, but we saw moments before that was Munga. I mean, there were 4 scores in double digits.
And you know what? She probably didn't score a point, but what Cabrera did today, the point center of this team, of 12 rebounds, 3 offensive, but all of the offensive, it goes through her because she received the ball down in the post and she's the one looking at everybody around and looking for the people that were open. She's a very important piece of this Argentina team. It's the first time I ever seen her with so many minutes. And boy, I'm glad we did saw her.
Yeah, Diana Cabrera was fun to watch. And we were so happy to see her come back and return after taking a fall. But on the other hand, Colome was the young new face of this Dominican Republic team, and we saw her feed Reynosa late.
There you see her trying to create. That was a great pass for Reynosa, a beautiful high-low game. And there again, Burani. She's hard to defense because she's a left-handed. They're always hard. A lot of fundamentals there.
And these two teams, I mean, we've got a lot more action coming up, but they have 3 more games in group play. Well, this is just day 1 of the FIBA AmeriCup. Yeah, we feel you. Lots of great energy, momentum, and certainly it will be Argentina who carries that into day number 2. They just got to heal up a little bit.
Definitely, they have to. The trainers will be working. I'm sure they do have amazing trainers with them here in the tournament. They also have doctors, so they will be in good hands. And they have a few hours to get ready for tomorrow.
Lots of positives to take away from this first outing for Argentina. And Dominican Republic, what do they need to work on moving forward?
Definitely their offense. I think they try on their defense, very hard. The defense wasn't that hard. But maybe in the defensive balance. But when it came to the offensive, I think they were just standing around. Not that much happened, and everybody was creating for themselves. They were not moving. Colomé needs to be the main offensive player for them.
Oh, great read by Rosette, the top scorer for Argentina. It was Rosette Macarena. Rosette, the 5'10" shooting guard in her international debut, showed us so many different things. And a lot of her work came in transition here in this first half. Our top scorer for the Argentinian team, who walks out of today's game with a victory as they move on with their group play. Suarez, very impactful with getting the ball around and assisting her teammates.
Brazil is always ready to shoot that ball because she knows she's going to get that pass.
There is a size advantage for Dominican Republic, and Argentina recognizes it, but they get hurt from the outside.